up here checking out the Mustang. We're at my buddy Don's shop. He owns Manufactured Solutions. He does race car stuff. This is why he does my Corvette, he does my Mustang, he does all the race car stuff. Trust him, he's my crew chief guy. We do all that. So if you guys have not seen Don's shop, he does race car stuff. It's a little Mustang. This is also getting a Gen 3 Hemi. Gen 3 Hemi is what is in my Mustang. It's like a Hellcat engine, if you want to call it that, based off of that. Obviously mine is way more gangster, that's billet block, you know, whatever, but it's based off of that. Don has always done my stuff. Some big changes coming. So you obviously guys saw this before. I had the Supercharger 121 on it before. That got changed. Put the Harts on it. I don't think you understand how nice the machining and everything is on this thing. It's honestly, it's a work of art. For our goal, we'll hook this up on this. So obviously we use all their stuff at the shop. We don't have to change a ton of stuff. So the oil pump used to be forward here. The vacuum pump was on a different thing, right? And then the fuel pump was on the back side.
Yeah, the oil pump stuck out the front. Correct. The vacuum pump was up a little bit higher. Yep. And then the fuel pump was off the back.
We also need to add oil to the blower because the Harts is oil fed, unlike the Supercharger was self-contained. Moroso dry sump tank. We also got a little Peterson oil pump primer. So you put a little drill on this and turn it and it'll prime the oil. Obviously it's still in process, but we are changing these injectors. We got some Atomizer Fury 1100s. These are Atomizer Furies. Yeah, these are two 250s in the charge pipe. Single 1100s in there. When I bought this car, it had atomizers in it. Took it out, put these in there, had some issues. So we're going back to an atomizer. They hooked us up also. Changed a bunch of things. All the motor plate had to get switched. This is the Smith Innovations front whole drive. So before my motor plate, like sat here in front of all this. So we got that timing cover set up, got the Innovators West balancer, the whole Harts drive with the Harts. This wasn't on here before. It's basically the same thing. We just have one that says Harts on it for their blow off valves. Had to change over to 7-point harnesses for the seat belts. Also got different parachute handle. I'll show you from Motion Raceworks. It's not in here yet, but the old parachute handle is right here, and I hated that because for the last 15 years of my Corvette, it's been up here. Like after I make a pass, just going like this with the chute, it's just a habit. I got it with a launcher too, so I'm just gonna use it on a button. You know, the solenoid will hit the chute, so I can just do it from a button. I don't even use my hand. That's gonna get changed. We had to trim the front of this for the blower, because this thing used to sit back, I think probably another 3 or 4 inches. The 1100s. Atomizers are really nice because you can rebuild these at the track. You think there's one that's like dirty or clogged or whatever, you can unscrew these and take them apart. We got with Smith Innovations for their timing cover. Got an Innovators West balancer on it, and I sent him all this stuff, and he custom made basically. Obviously he had like his standard stuff. We sent him this cover and measurements and all that stuff, and he custom made these brackets to go and all this stuff, you know, to go to the Gen 3 Hemi. I don't know how many Gen 3 people watch our videos, but if you are wanting a Harts, pretty soon we'll have a full kit for that. I can sell you the timing cover, the balancer, the whole blower drive, everything will bolt right on your car. Dustin at Harts was literally, he's incredible to work with. And these things are just insane. We need to put a little bigger blower on the car. We're trying to go faster. I think we're going to do that. Got a Moroso dry sump tank. Oil pump was facing forward before, facing backwards. We had to custom make a fuel pump mount to go here on the back part of the Harts drive. Moroso actually makes a setup, like all the big Hemi guys have their oil pump here because they're external wet sump, but no one puts their fuel pump here. So we had to custom make a bracket. So we will also have this for sale to mount your fuel pump here. And then if you want the accessory drive, I got a vacuum pump here and the oil pump there. So if you want something different, however you want to figure it out, if you want to put your fuel pump here, we got to set up for that. And look at these cases that this thing comes in. If you ordered a Supercharger and it came in this thing, wouldn't you be like, yo, like this thing's, he probably spends a couple $100s in packaging these things. It's just, It's just, it's insane how nice they are. It's literally insane.
You saw that video he posted. He's like, man, I just spent like 60 grand on Pelican cases.
Yeah. He ordered like 60 grand in Pelican cases to ship these blowers. Obviously, he doesn't make that money back on the Pelican cases. Got this bitch on the dyno. Sleeper tuning.
Yeah, buddy.
This thing better not be sleeping today. Got the new Harts deal on there. See what this thing makes. All right, alcohol is burning my eyes. 2 pulls in, just making sure everything's good. First pull we had, or like half pull, when the camera fell over, I had 1 blow-off valve off, just because we weren't sure what boost it was gonna make. It ended up being okay. It only made like 18 pounds on the short little pull, so we knew we were fine. I just wasn't sure if this thing was gonna make like 65 pounds. Put the blow-off valve back on, first pull to like 6,800. I made like whatever, I made 18 something. It was still like 35 pounds or something at that point. Made a little change, just made another pull. It's really fat right now. So we just wanted to check something on this pull. So we did basically the same pull again. I didn't rev it as high, but we didn't change any fueling or anything. It made like whatever, 1697 or whatever it was, like basically 1700. Now we're gonna pull some fuel out of it. Air fuel is like 2.8. Rev a little higher. Changed a bunch of stuff. So obviously oil pumps changed. So it makes like 150 pounds of fuel or oil pressure and stuff, which is fine. Actually makes like 190 at the end of the run. I know some of you guys might be like, oh my God, like for like a race car like this, it's actually not crazy. When this oil's a little warmer or when it has like a little more alcohol in it, it'll go down some, which is fine. I don't care if it's got 150, 160 pounds of oil pressure. I'd actually rather it have 150 versus 80. Make some adjustments and we'll do another rip. We're gonna stop there. So we are at 2277. We need to speed the blower up. Because we weren't sure how much boost it would make. And we didn't want to overshoot it, so we have a slow gear set in it right now. It's only making like 48 pounds. The 121 Procharger I had on here before made like 53 pounds. This is bigger than that. We were expecting this to make like 58 to 62, somewhere in that range, and obviously we're far off of that. We have the other gear set, but it's late. It's like 7 something at night. We have a track rental or like a radial test session at Cecil Friday night. So we're gonna put the other gear set in it. This is a 159 ratio. We're gonna put in a 166, I think is what we have. That should speed it up some, at least pick it up 5 or 6 pounds of boost, maybe a little more. We're not 100% sure. Take it to the track, you know, get some data on it, kind of figure it out, and we might even speed it up even more, go to like a 173 ratio, and go from there. It's either way, it's a starting point. All the EGTs are literally within like 100, and they're still like cold. Like they're right around 1,000, 980, somewhere like that. So we got 10 degrees of timing in it, which is nothing. We didn't even turn on these injectors yet. We figured, you know, we're gonna tune it on this. That way we can dial in like the cylinder to cylinder fueling, make sure that's all good, and then we'll start turning on those injectors and implementing that fuel in there to cool the charge temp, and just see if that fuel starts favoring a certain cylinder, whatever the case may be. Either way, I'm super happy with it. Just wait till you hear this thing in person. This blower is silent. Like if you've ever heard like rowdy, like big blower, centrifugal blower, like cars like this, the blowers are just loud. They're making all kinds of noise. This thing is silent. You just have to hear it in person. And if you're used to these cars, like how they sound, like big Prochargers or big Vortex or whatever on them, wait till you hear this thing. You cannot hear this blower. I can't say enough good things about Dustin from Harts. He has been literally amazing to work with. Anything we needed, I text him, because we obviously designed the whole Gen 3 Harts system on this car. We sent him some stuff, he sent us some stuff. We developed it together. He really has been amazing. Anything we needed, I text him, he handles it, you know, whatever. Like Don has been insane help on this thing. Obviously I couldn't have been done without Don. Like we had to 3D print some stuff, we had to design some stuff. Don would 3D print it, take it over to his brother's shop, he would CNC it. It's gonna be awesome. That all the cylinders, you know, the cylinders are within like 60 degrees between all 8 of them, which is crazy, like right off the bat. This thing's gonna be fun, man. Like I'm excited to finally get this done, and just look how nice. Friday, we're gonna get back on this. Don's gonna come down the shop. We're gonna change the gear set. We're gonna scale the cars. And then we're gonna go to the track. That's it for now. We gotta get this thing loaded. We'll be all right. I'll keep you guys updated. First trip in the Mustang. Huge success. Well, it was all over the curve, which I figured because I had it really slow. I had it like a tune-up in there that would go like a 110 60. I'm obviously first pass on the car. Very, very, very happy with everything and everyone involved. I put a tune in there that I thought would go around a 110. I was just gonna click it off at the gear change, which I did. It went a 109.3. And then went a 286.0, and I clicked it off. So the fastest this thing has ever been is a 106 276 on like the 414 pass. So we're a 10th off of the fastest that the car's ever been, and that was the first pass down the track, and it was all over the curve. Like it was trying to go way, way faster, but I didn't want it to on the first pass. It was still a little lean, you know, whatever, it's first rip. So I'm gonna change it up and go from there. Well, that didn't move an inch. I don't know if it was the track or what. I obviously made it faster, but I didn't think I made it that much faster. All right, it spun there. I had it turned up, and I don't know how great the track was, but
I reverted back to my first pass where it went down, and I'm just leaving that in there, and I'm just gonna run it out further. We're not gonna get a ton of passes tonight. I think we're gonna get one more, which kind of sucks, but it just is what it is. And I'm gonna try, I'm not gonna get a full rip tonight, but I'm just gonna try and run it out further. Maybe go like 500 feet, just to get some data. I need to see what the air fuel looks like. It was a little lean the first pass, and I added some fuel. So I won't even run 500 feet, probably 400 feet. See what it does, but overall, the car's good. We just need a couple passes on it, you know? New setup blues, but I'm happy overall. It felt pretty good there. I don't know, obviously, what it ran or anything, but it went down and it felt good. So I'm happy with that. I run it out a little further, so you guys updated. All right, a good rip. Happy with that. When, like I said, I put the same tune-up back in it, so I wasn't expecting to go too much faster. Maybe because of the weather, it would go a little better. I don't remember where I actually let out of it last time. Either way, it went 109, 281, and then I let out and it went 427 at 150. Super happy with that. The fastest the car's ever been is a 276, and it went 414 on that run. To go basically like your first pass down the track, and it's still like, I got no timing in it. It's super safe, whatever. To be, you know, 500ths off of the best. Super happy with that. Boost, I think, is right about where we wanted. It made like 58 pounds down the track. And I still didn't even make like a full rip yet. I let out at like 308 or something into the run. You know, I basically just wanted to go to the 330 or a little past at 330 and let out, and I did. Super pumped. Harts blower, thing is gangster. The car has been perfectly fine. No issues. So this is a good night for us. We just literally wanted a shakedown pass, you know what I mean? The car hasn't ran since last year. We changed a bunch of stuff on it, the oil pump, the whole Harts blower setup. We changed a bunch of stuff. Overall, solid first day. First LDR race next weekend. Definitely come here Friday, test, see what we do. I'm gonna see if maybe there's a radial rental somewhere next week, and maybe I can go to another one to get some more passes in before the race, but that's pushing it. Got an egg roll in there. I'm showing them a little buff chicken egg roll. Can't really see inside of it. Either way, it's great. Thanks.